A very interesting thing happened today. A friend of mine from mine named Ekata Dev, very energetic and juvenile, full of knowledge and information. I opened my dock in the morning. I saw a letter from her, and she writes, "This is a letter, a beautiful letter." She writes her imaginary interview with God. She says in the letter, and she says this imaginary in a letter that she dreamt that God has invited her for interview. She invited God for the interview actually. You see, and it's very delightful to read what she has written in this little piece of writing of hers. It in his imaginary interview with God, and she entitled that uh, letter as "High of Waves." And today, my dear friends, would like to share with my virtual friends about the imaginary interview of Ekata Dev with God. She keeps conducting lots of live talk shows. So this is one of the imaginary live talk or the show, the interview with God. She asks God, the God, I would like to have interview. Do you have time? God says, my dear child, my time is eternity. I have all the time for everything. I can do anything. You go ahead. So she said, I just want to ask you only one question which bothers me always and every time. God said, my child, go ahead. She said, God, what surprises you most about the mankind? God smiled. And God's way is surely an inimical way. But he answered, but he answered that what surprises me most about human being is that they get bored when they are children. They are in great hurry, great in rush to grow up and then long to be children again. Even I get surprised on humans that why they lose their health to make money, and they lose their money to again to regain their health. Is very sad. This factor surprises me most. There's something more which surprises me about humans is that by thinking anxiously about their future, 24/7 all the time, they are just worried and busy about their future. And in this, they forget the present in such a manner such that they neither live their present nor the future. It also surprises me most when they live as if they will never die. They are convinced that they are not going to die ever. And they die as if once they die, they really die as if they have never lived. Far too many things surprises me of the human gods. Continues. God's hand shook and it was silent for a while. Then she asked again, as a parent, what are some of the life's lessons you want your children to learn? God again in his inimical style way smiled and tells her, as a parent, you must try and you must work very hard to give these small lessons. That to learn that they came here to make anyone Or you, in the say, he said to be convinced that they cannot make anyone love them. What they can do is to be themselves, be loved. To learn what is most valuable is not what they have in their lives, but who they have in their lives. That's the most valuable lesson. You must teach your children to learn that it is not good to compare themselves to others. Just remain incomparable. All we judge judged individuality on their own merits, not as a group on a comparison basis. You must teach your children to learn that a rich person is not the one who has the most, but is the one who needs the least. You must also teach your children that to learn, they must learn that it is not only takes a few seconds to open profound wounds in person we love, then it takes many, many years to heal them. They must learn. You must teach your children to learn that there are a person who love them dearly, but simply do not know how to express or show their feelings. They must learn that money can buy everything but happiness. You must teach your children to learn that the two people can look the same thing and see it totally differently. They must learn that a true friend is someone who knows everything about them and likes them anyway. They should also learn, teach them to learn that it is not always enough to that they have forgiven by that they be forgiven by others, but they have to forgive themselves first. She said, I sat there for a while enjoying those moments while taking answer to the God, writing in a letter so beautifully. I thanked him or his name or his time for all that he has done for me and to my family. And the similar thought is coming to my mind that I am so blessed. I'm here 24 hours a day. When God answered, when he asked, when I want to know something, when you will be available. The reply was very simple, that I am here 24/7 all the time, here with you. All you have to do is to ask me anything. Ask for me and I will answer. Remember, my friends, this piece of letter teaches me only one lesson, and a beautiful lesson. Ekata tells me that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You know, this is what her interview with the God, Ekata's interview, talk live show with God. But imagine if the God has to meet me and ask me, Zahid, what do you want to know? What you desire for? So I won't ask all these questions. I will simply say that कहाँ ये मांग रहा हूँ कि जहाँ दे दो, सुकून से रह सकूं ऐसा तो आशियां दे दो. ये मेरी रूह है, तहजीब है, तमद्दुन है, जो मुझसे छीन रहे हो मेरी जुबां दे दो. किसी भी हाल में हरगिज मैं बिक नहीं सकता. जमीन दे दो मुझे या कि आसमां दे दो. कहां ये मांग रहा हूं कि जहां दे दो, सुकून से रह सकूं ऐसा तो आशियां दे दो. थैंक यू वेरी मच.